to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Waber Kapadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, to the rest of the church who believe as well, including you women, to the dead in Yahweh Shai also, and the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Let me go on ahead and get my Bible opened up here. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, and verse 21. The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. So right now, the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments are not held at high esteem. People look at the ways of the Lord as being generic, or just being a way of trying to make your life boring or uninteresting. That's why we come out here and we promote the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because ultimately his words are going to stand. The law is a part of his word. And that law, the laws that are found within the scriptures, are going to be exalted. Right now in this society, because Esau is at rule, you're not seeing that presently. But we're coming into a different time in history where righteousness is starting to wipe away all the filth of this world. And that's why this world is going down the way that it is. The Lord, and it says Lord here in all caps. So when you see Lord, L-O-R-D, in all caps, that's speaking of Yahweh. Is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. Okay? Right now, the law is not being glorified. The law is being spit on, stepped on, by people saying it's done away with. It's not literal. I don't believe in that book. Okay? But you know, a lot of people, they're not magnifying the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai because they're not magnifying the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Most people, when they think of God, they think of Jehovah. They think of just Allah. Allah just means power. So you still have to be more specific on who that power is. The names are highly important. All right? In fact, let me read this one more time. I'm going to pull out another scripture. The Lord is well pleased. So going into that word pleased here, to delight in, take pleasure in, desire, be pleased with, of men, to take pleasure in, delight in, to delight, desire, be pleased. So, you know, you get the point. I'm going to stop there. The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable. Okay? So the reason why a lot of people aren't magnifying the law is because we're under the rule of Esau. And being under the rule of Esau, the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai are not being magnified. This is Psalms chapter 34 and verse 3. Oh, magnify the Lord. And once again, the word Lord there is in all caps. So that's going into the word Yahweh. Oh, magnify the Lord Yahweh with me, and let us exalt his name together. So in this society, the name Yahweh and his begotten son name being Yahweh Shai, those names are not exalted here. And since those names are not exalted here in this world, the laws of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai are not being exalted. That's why the wicked of this world are going to be overthrown. They're going to be brought down. Okay, because we are in a wicked time in history. But the end of the wicked's reign is coming to a great end. And it's happening right before your eyes, incrementally. Okay? Oh, magnify the Lord with me. And let us exalt his name together. All right? So the laws of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and the Lord's name are to be exalted. All right? The name is not a light thing. That's one of the primary building blocks into receiving salvation, is knowing the importance of the name. All right? Psalms chapter 29 and verse 2. Give unto the Lord the glory due unto his name. Worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Okay? So you got to give glory to the name of Yahweh. In the names Yahushai, Yahweh and Yahushai. You got to give glory to those names. Yahweh being exalted over every name. Yahushai being second, exalted over everybody, man. Okay, those names are highly important. And in times of trouble, if you don't have those names, you're not going to be delivered. But it's not only calling on those names in times of trouble, it's calling on those names even when you're doing good. To believe on those names, whether you're going through affliction or you're going through a time of joy. Okay? The names Yahweh and Yahushai are important, man. They are to be magnified. Give unto the Lord the glory due to his name. That's why we always say all praises to Yahweh in the name Yahushai. Okay? We can't go to Yahweh without going to Yahushai. Right? Worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Let's go to Psalms chapter 69 and verse 30. I will praise the name of God with a song and will magnify him with thanksgiving. Okay, so we are to exalt and to praise those names, Yahweh and Yahushai. And a lot of people may not understand the importance on why we call on those names. But people like that, they are naked. They are on their own. You can't get too caught up and focus on people like them. You got to focus on yourself and the elect of the nation of Israel, man. You got to focus on those who are sincerely, you know what I'm saying, serving the Lord to the best of their ability in truth, man. Not just how they feel. Not just based off how their emotions is pulling and tugging them to do. I will praise the name of God, and that name being Yahweh, with a song, and will magnify him with thanksgiving. And when we come out here and teach, this is one way that we praise those names with a song. Because the old song, when you go to, in fact, let me just grab that right quick. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 15, and verse 1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will prepare him in habitation. My Father's God, and I will exalt him. So, once again, that's the importance of exalting our Lord. That's what we're supposed to do. And part of exalting the Lord is to exalt his name over all names in existence and non-existence, man. Yahweh is the top name, and you can't call on that name without recognizing Yahweh Shai, man. That's why it's Yahweh and the name Yahweh Shai, because he's the one that paved the way for the elect. All right. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. So this scripture is clear that the Lord is actually a man. You know, people will question, well, how do you know if God's actually a man or not? Well, it's documented in the scriptures. These scriptures are also known as records, man. This isn't just some Oprah Winfrey novel to where you could, you know, take the advice or don't. No, these are words that are either going to deliver you or you can forsake them and be destroyed, man. Okay? This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14 and verse 9. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. And that day there shall be one Lord, and his name one. Now, you got to understand, that name, we have that name right now. Some people will say, see, that's a future prophecy. We don't have that name right now. But the Lord's name has always been Yahweh. It's always going to be Yahweh. That's just how it is, man. All right? And his son Yahweh Shai came in his father's name. When he came and he was prophesying, preaching, and teaching, he let it be known, I'm not here to do my will, but my Father who sent me. Because there's a clear distinction between the Heavenly Father and His Son, but there's an agreement. They're in likeness of each other because they're in agreement of each other. And just how a son, he'll have features that look like his father. So if you've seen Yahweh Shai, you've seen the Heavenly Father. Just like if you have a son, all right, if someone has seen your son, they saw you, all right, because that's your seed, okay? And the Lord shall be king over all the earth, and that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one, okay? So, seeing that his name is going to be one name, a lot of people question what that name is. Is it Joshua? Is it Yeshua? A lot of people don't know. They don't understand. All right? So, I'm going to go to the book of Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 4. Who hath ascended up into heaven or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Okay, so what man on earth do you know can take the wind and gather it in their fist? You have a far better chance of trying to pick up sand and keep every grain of sand in your hands, man. All right? That's why it says here again in Proverbs 30 and 4. Check this out. It says, who hath ascended up into heaven or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? So what's the Heavenly Father's name and what's his son's name? You can't say it's Jehovah. You can't say his son's name is Jesus, seeing that those letters didn't even exist back then. So really this question is kind of being facetious. Only the elect are going to be presented those names and accept those names. There may be others outside of the elect, they may call on those names, but it's going to be invalid. It's not going to matter. All right? But the elect of the nation of Israel are going to call on those names, because without those names, you can't be delivered, man. You can know all the scriptures from Genesis all the way to Revelations. If you don't have the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, it's not going to work out for you. All right? Read it again and I'm going to go forward. Who hath ascended up into heaven or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? His name is Yahweh. And what is his son's name? Yahweh Shai. If thou canst tell, because the names are actually a mystery. And those names have been given back to us. So a lot of people, they may be calling on Jesus or Jehovah or just calling on God. Some people will pray and they'll say in the name of God. Well, what does that mean? What is the name of God? Okay? Every word of God is pure. So every word that's written within these scriptures is pure. It's not like contaminated water, man. This truth is purified water. All right? It's not like a creek where the water is green, man. This is clear, purified truth. All right? What's going on? I don't know what you're doing. It's out of order, bro. Every word of God is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. So only the elect are going to put their trust in the Heavenly Father, man. And everybody who partakes in this ain't the elect. All right? A lot of brothers here in these last days, just like in a war, people get shot, people get stabbed, people blow up. And the guys you went to war with, not all of them make it to the end of that battle. Right? So if you don't have those names, you don't have the artillery. You don't have, you know what I'm saying, really any hope outside of your own doing. So going back to verse 5, every word of God is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. All right, so I'm going to go to Psalms chapter 91 and verse 14. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. So in order for you to be delivered, you got to have the names, man. You can't be calling on Yah or Jah or Jehovah or Jesus or Jesus or God or Allah. They have names. Just like if you're trying to get someone's attention and you're talking about, hey you, that's not their name, and it can come off as rude. Now, we understand that they both have nicknames, but someone's nickname is not their name, okay? Just like if a rapper tried to go to a government building and give their rap name, they're going to look at them like, I want your real name. A nickname is not a name, okay? One of the Heavenly Father's nicknames is the King of Terrors. Well, that's not his name. That's a nickname. That's a title. So in order to be delivered, you need the name Yahweh, and you need his son's name Yahweh Shai. And if you notice here in the English tongue, you can easily see how comparable those names are. And when he said he came in his father's name, you can even see it within the names. Although those names are two separate names, you can still hear the father's name within the name Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. So only the elect of the nation of Israel are going to have the name. Let's touch on Revelations 14 and 1. If anyone tells you, you know, the name doesn't matter, you serve your God, I serve mine, as long as we all get to the same place, that's a deceiver, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse 1. And I looked, and lo, a Lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000.
And that's speaking of Yahweh Shai and the elites of the universe under Yahweh Shai, man, the elect, right? And going into that prophecy, you got to imagine these men having immortal bodies. We're not going to, if we're part of that number, we're not going to look how we look now. That man, when you know, open up your bathroom, when you look in the mirror, you walk into your bedroom, you might have a mirror on your dresser or something. That guy you're looking at is not even who you really are. That's not even what you really look like, man. Okay, go ahead.
And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
And when it says written in their foreheads, we have their names sealed within our minds, man. That's the importance of the name. The elect are going to call on the names. The world, when they're going through distress, they're going to call on different names, but it's not going to be Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And like I said earlier, you're going to have those who may call on those names and still be forsook. They're going to be pretty much called out as fraud, and those names are going to be invalid unto them, man. There was a video some time back I saw. It was a man calling on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and the police killed him, man. Gunned him down. I guarantee he wasn't abiding by the scriptures. He wanted to get right at that moment, though. So just because you have the names, don't think that you all good, man. You got to actually do what the Lord wants us to do, and we do fall short. We have a little wiggle room to go off, but don't abuse that little bit of wiggle room that we're given to hang yourself, man. Okay? Because he had, let me go back to this. Psalms 91 and 14. Psalms 91 and 14. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he hath known my name. So those elect men, a part of the reason that they're going to be set on high is because they believe on the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That's why the name Yahweh is going to be written in their foreheads when Yahweh Shai show up. That means they believe on those names. Go ahead.
And lo, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
And you know, some people will say that's a future prophecy, so how can you know the name now? Let's touch on John 17 and start at 5 and take it through 6. We have the name now. We've been given the name through the Spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. We've been taught. Okay? The Spirit is here, man. Go ahead.
This is the book of John, chapter 17, verse 5. And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was.
So Yahweh Shai was with Yahweh at the beginning. But you know another secret, so were the elect. Before all this was created, before all the animals and the grass and before everything came to be, not only was Yahweh Shai with the Heavenly Father, the elect were with Yahweh Shai and the Heavenly Father as well, man. But this is Yahweh Shai speaking of himself, like, look, I was with you before all this. Remember me. Remember everything I had to go through and deal with these people. So it's not, you know, counted in vain. And it's not. Because he came in the flesh. And when you're in the flesh, man, you can get weak sometimes.
That's right.
And you got to remind yourself, look, man, all I got to do is keep fighting. Because if you play basketball or something, let's say you throwing up shots and ain't none of them going in. Then you get to the point where you just stop shooting. Well, you're really not going to score now. In order for you to score, you got to at least attempt it. Regardless of how whack your shot looks and how many people talking down on you, you got to actually attempt the shot to get the shot to work. Okay? Go ahead.
And now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou givest me out of the world.
So we've been called out of the world, and we've been given the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. It's been made manifest unto us, and that's why when we heard it, it resonated with our spirit, man.
That's right.
Okay? And if you're wise, you look into it also. You gotta look up, okay, well, how did that come to be? You don't gotta be fluent at knowing Hebrew, but there are things that are technical, and you should understand the background of where that comes from, man. You should understand what the name Yahweh and the name Yahweh Shai means, okay? And if you don't, research it on your own, because a lot of people behind these videos, you have us do everything, man. And you won't even consider that, you know, it takes time and effort for brothers to come out here and do what we do, and then you just sit at home and you just pick up on it and you don't do nothing with it, man. Go ahead.
I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine very word, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word.
Man, we're going to keep the word until death or deliverance in the chariots, man. Let's touch on Sirach 17 and verse 9. So it's already been given to us from the very beginning, man. It was already predestined the elect will have the names and they'd endure until the very end, man. And they'd get those immortal bodies and become rulers, man, over the universe. To go from rags, really to go from riches to rags back to riches and never fall again. But the second time around, when we get the riches, it's going to far, surpass our riches in the ancient world. It's going to far surpass the riches of King Solomon, David and other great men within our nation, man. We're going to have it all, man. And the least of an Israelite, okay, the most wicked Israelite on this side, man, going to be in the kingdom, living it up, man. It's going to be living greater than the highest elite. And that's the least of us. Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 17, verse 9. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding.
Go ahead.
And the elect shall praise his holy name. Beside this, he gave them knowledge.
So why isn't everybody calling on the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai? Because it said the elect will call on those names. So if somebody's coming to you with the Bible and they still talking about some Jesus, they still talking about some Jehovah or some Jah or Yah, they don't got the whole truth, man. I'm telling you, a person can quote the whole scripture from Genesis to Revelations at the top of their heart, man. And if you ain't got those names, none of that matters.
That's right.
At all. It don't matter. Okay? One of the primary things in this truth is knowing the names and how you treat your brothers, man. Okay? And you got to understand that most people around you, they don't need to be given the secrets, man. You don't need to be going around specifying the names to everybody because that's a secret. You're pretty much giving people a reason to try to tarnish that holy name. Okay? And really, that's just putting their lives in danger. Because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua don't play about his name, man. You better put some respect on his name. And the reason why, when you look at Birdman, he said what he said is because he's a Jake, man. He's an Israelite. Okay, well, the Heavenly Father is a supreme Israelite, and he's not playing about his name. And neither is Yahweh Shai. So people who ain't calling on those names and you giving that glory to someone else, you in danger, man. Go ahead.
He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they may declare his works with understanding, and the elect shall praise his holy name. Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
So we have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and that's our heritage, man. Popping fireworks on the 4th of July is not our heritage. Celebrating a damn birthday when you come out of your mother's womb one time is not a heritage, man. And when you look at birthdays in the scriptures, good things didn't happen, man. Okay, it was a nigga woman that wanted John the Baptist to get beheaded for a birthday wish, man. Okay, and that birthday crap goes back to the Egyptians, man. They were the ones celebrating that birthday shit. Okay, when you look at Job, his children, they were celebrating birthdays, man, when that house collapsed on their ass. So that was like the Lord, not only was he getting Job because of the deal that him and Satan had with each other, but his children were actually performing a pagan holiday, man. And the house collapsed on them. So when you look in the scriptures, dealing with birthdays, it's never a good thing, man. It's evil as hell. This is our heritage. This knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Having those names, man, that's important. That's our power, man. All right? Go ahead.
Right. And the elect shall praise his holy name. Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance. He made an everlasting covenant with them and shewed them his judgments.
Let's go to, let's try 1 John 3 and 18. It's either 1 John or John, but we'll try 1 John. You got camps out there, man, they still playing with the names. They might be out there and they speak well. They're able to pull out scriptures and they're not using the names. All right, go ahead.
It's the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
In deed and in truth. The one I wanted was in 1 John, but it's the Spirit. That was John, or was that 1 John? Or try John. John 3 and 18. But hey, that's the Spirit right there, because that's another beautiful scripture, man. When you serve Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, part of serving Him in truth is those names. Okay? Period, point blank.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It's the book of John, chapter 3, verse 18. He that believeth on Him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of Yahweh.
So we got like people in our families who are so inspired by the names Jesus and God and Jehovah, and those are terms that we've been hearing forever. And most people, they don't consider the letter J hasn't even been around that long, and not only that, when you look in the scriptures, they were known as Hebrew Israelites. They spoke the Hebrew language. Many nations spoke the Hebrew language. So he wasn't saying words like Jesus and Jehovah. We wasn't speaking this language that we're speaking now. So when we tell you the names and you feel so old-fashioned to it, I can't let go of that name, Jesus. I've been calling on that since I was a little man, since I was a little woman, when I was 13. Or when I was a little girl, I've been calling that name since I was 6. You know? And you don't want to let that go. The Most High is going to kill you, man. Because only the elect are going to not only believe in that name, they're not going to be condemned because they believe in that name. So if you don't believe in that name, you're condemned.
That's right.
I don't care how much you say you believe in God and how close you are with the Most High and His Son.
That's right.
If you don't call on those names, I guarantee you 110.2%, 100% plus 144% on top of that, man. That you ain't got the truth if you ain't touching on the names, man. Okay? Because the whole congregation gonna die because they don't know who to call on.
That's right.
Go ahead.
He that believeth on Him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the only name of the only begotten Son of Yahweh.
And that's important. That's why so many brothers, man, they calling on those names. And those names are for real. That's the real deal, man. Just because right now, you know, you ain't like Thor, you know, you put your hammer in the air and lightning come down and strike you, and people all around you just go crazy in fear, man. Just because that ain't here yet, don't underestimate the power of those names and what's happening behind the scenes, man, when you call on those names. Let's get try Psalms 22 and 22.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 22, verse 22. I will declare thy name unto my brethren.
So that name is declared among the righteous mafia, the righteous family, man. This is a bloodline. But not all of our people are in their right mind right now. So within the elect, within the brethren, you're going to find those names, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. That name has been declared. So you can't say, oh, there's no way we can know right now. That just means you don't have faith. Everything that we're involved in this world, even if you're not in the truth, is about faith and hope.
That's right.
You hope to have a job next week. You hope to receive a paycheck. You hope your woman's faithful. You hope that the baby that's in her stomach is yours. Everything's about hope, man. And what we're involved in is no different. But not only do we hope, through our faith being so strong and through the Spirit within us, the Lord is not only showing us that you got the truth, He's telling us, like, look, you got the truth, man. I gave you the word. You got the truth, man. Now it's up to you whether you run with it. Really, it's not up to us, but really, you know, the work that we put in is based on what the Lord allows us to do.
That's right.
So we got to hope and pray that we can keep rolling with this thing, man. And that name is declared among the elect, the brethren, the 144,000, man. And the women who follow behind, and the children as well. Go ahead.
I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the congregation, I will praise thee.
And that's important. That's important. And that shows you the bond of the brotherhood. Because you can be around a group of different men, and they're not going to be calling on the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, man. They're going to have their different beliefs. They might not even have a belief, man. They just might be unsure about everything. Man, how do you know the moon's there, man? How do you know that's the moon right there? How do you know that's not, because you got people, man, their whole existence is I don't know. Everything about them is I don't know.
Wake them up.
How do I know I had a great-great-grandpa? I ain't never seen him. How do I know that the Bible exists? How do I know that wasn't made up 30 years ago? You got people, because they haven't seen something, they question it. How do you know those are the names? How do you know that's the name they were calling on back then? Right? Well, you ain't a part of the brotherhood, man. You're not of the elect. The elect are going to be sure. They going to know in their spirit, yeah, that's the name, man. This is it.
That's right.
When you're in the world, you might have a belief, but some of your beliefs you kind of question, like, I don't know at the same time. When you come to this truth, man, you better be sure, man. You better be locked and loaded, man.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead, one more time.
I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the congregation, I will praise thee.
Proverbs 18 and 10.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
So when them missiles come, if you don't got those names, you're going to be left down here. When Esau comes down upon our people like a flood, you might see a group of military militia, man, just flooding into your city. And you looking around, it's like there's no means of escaping because they just coming on both sides. They coming from the sky. They coming from one end, the other end, just coming in like a flood. You're going to have people depending on guns, knives, whatever weapons they can come up with, whatever false idols that they call on, and they're going to die, man.
That's right.
But we're going to have that strong tower to run to, symbolically being the names, having faith and confidence that the one that we serve is actually controlling us. And he could easily just make it past us, man. The Heavenly Father can have it where everyone around you is getting gunned down, and the militia see you, and they come close to you and they let you go, like, just get out of here. You don't even know why they let you go, man. If you ain't spiritual, it was the Heavenly Father, man, because that's the power that's behind us, man. So when you have that name, Yahweh Yahweh Shai, you have the strong tower. You have that shield, man. Okay, while everyone else out there is naked. That's for real. Go
Wake
ahead.
them up. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
The righteous will, not you niggas. This is what you niggas gonna do. Touch on Judges 10 and 11. Let's take it through 14. This is what you niggas gonna do, man. Only the elect are really gonna call on the names Yahweh Yahweh Shai and believe it, man. Like for real, believe. No, those are the names. You're not gonna question, well, I hope those are the names. I don't know. That's just what I was taught. No, man, you better know. All right? Because if you're playing, man, with whatever you're involved in when it comes to your spiritual way of life, you better make sure you're right, man.
That's right.
Don't play with your spirit. Go ahead.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 10, verse 11. And the Lord said unto the children of Israel, did not I deliver you from the Egyptians, and from the Amorites, from the children of Ammon, and from the Philistines, the Zidonians, the Amalekites, the Moabites, did oppress you, and ye cried to me, and I delivered you out of their hand. Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more.
So how is it the Heavenly Father has constantly gotten us out of situations? Different nations have, tried to reign supreme over us, throw us in slavery, and the Heavenly Father come and deliver us.
That's right.
And then after he delivers us, you end up calling on some damn idol from another nation.
Wake them up.
You end up going to a tree. Oh, that's a big tree. Maybe we should serve this tree right here. After the Heavenly Father just got you out of your predicament, you clearly saw what he did, and then it don't even take that much time. Oh, look at this golden calf. It sure is nice. Let's make it a god. That's Israel, man. That's how stupid our people are. See, right now, the Most High ain't performing miracles on the level he was back then. So imagine how stupid these Negroes have went. But even if they were to see miracles, a lot of them will still go back and serve their idols, man. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto the children of Israel, did I not deliver you from the Egyptians, the Amorites? This 11. You want me to go back to 13?
Yeah, take it to 14.
Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more.
No, I'm sorry, go ahead. Read that again.
Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more.
So where we are right now, man, the elect are going to be delivered. So that's why when you niggas, man, start getting knocked off, which you're constantly being knocked off because of the wickedness that our people do, man. And as much as I love Israel, I ain't gonna lie, man, we got the hottest music. We set trends, you know what I'm saying? Anytime we do something, we turn it to gold, man. But our people are so wicked that they don't want to turn back to the Heavenly Father. So the Heavenly Father, he's not looking at a talent. He's not looking at how beautiful a woman is or how handsome a guy is to the world. If you don't get with what he's saying, I'm telling you, man, the outcome is not going to be pretty. He's going to tell you, like, look, when I allow these things to get ugly, call on your idols, call on whatever you was believing in the world to come and save you. And I guarantee you, it ain't going to save you.
That's right.
Go ahead. 3:14.
Verse 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen.
Yeah, so call on them names, man. Don't worry about calling on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Oh, you unsure if those are the names? Well, go call on whatever name you was calling on before you came to the truth, man.
That's right.
Or before you heard the truth, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, wherever you fit, man. Because you have a lot of people, they're unsure. You still unsure? All these things that we've been bringing out, and all these things happen throughout the earth. People get distracted and they're still unsure. I don't know. Okay, well, call on these idols, man. Let them save you. All right? Go ahead.
Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
2 Chronicles 32 and 14.
It's the book of 2 Chronicles. You said 32 and 14? Chapter 32, verse 14. Who was there among all the gods of those nations that my fathers utterly destroyed, that could deliver his people out of mine hand?
So, one of the main gods of today is money. Man, if the Lord is on your ass, you was not about to escape, man. The Lord's saying, like, look, man, who you gonna hide behind when I'm about to come get you, man? Who you gonna hide behind when my wrath is upon you?
That's right.
What God can you call on that's really gonna stop me? Who? What? Nobody, man. Read that again.
Who was there among all the gods of those nations that my fathers utterly destroyed, that can deliver his people out of my hand?
You tell me one.
There's not one.
There ain't one. And to this day, yeah, you can't block the Most High, man. I'm telling you. And to this day, you can't find somebody who went around the Most High. Even if people moving and grooving, they doing their thing right now, it seems like they flourishing, and you think the Most High, oh, he just missed him. He too successful. I can't touch him now. He got too many bodyguards around him. I gotta wait till he. Man, the Most High, you can't escape the wrath of the Lord, man. The Most High, something as simple as a damn tornado or a hurricane, a natural disaster, will make you panic, man. And that's the Most High being humble, man. He'll throw the damn sun at you. He'll put you in the middle of the universe, throw the sun at you, man. And then wake you up out of a nightmare just to remind you, look, I was just playing with you. Okay? Go ahead.
Who was there among all the gods of those nations that my fathers utterly destroyed, that could deliver his people out of mine hand, that your God should be able to deliver you out of mine hand?
Let's get 2 Ezra 9 and 15. So the Most High boasting, man, he flexing the muscles on you, Jake, man. Like, who is like, for real, who you gonna hide behind, man? Who you gonna call? You can't call on nobody. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved.
So why is it no one listens? Why is it many people don't call on the names? Because many more people are going to die than those that are going to be saved. It says it right there. So if you get all messed up because I feel alone, I feel like nobody listens to me. I don't get it. I don't like this. Well, then you don't know what battle you in, man. Because this ain't about popularity and getting everybody to believe what you saying. Because it ain't your words anyways. It's the Heavenly Father's words.
That's right.
Okay? Now, people, they can manipulate the minds of folks through their own deception and master manipulation. But when you're dealing with the words of the Heavenly Father in pure truth, a lot of people just ain't going to get it. Okay? Because most people are going to die. Now read 21.
Verse 21. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept my and have kept me a grape of the cluster,
So
and
that's
a
the
plant.
elect right there, man. So imagine having a cluster of grapes, man. You eat all the grapes except, what, 3 or 4 of them? That's the elect. Go ahead.
And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of great people.
And really, it goes even deeper than what I just said. It said a grape of the cluster. That's one grape on a cluster of grapes. That symbolizes the elect. So if you had a whole thing of grapes, a cluster of grapes, and you devoured, you smashed all those grapes but one, that one grape symbolizes those who are going to be delivered compared to those that are going to be destroyed.
That's right.
And when you look up the word devour, it has different meanings. To devour something, not only do you chew it, like you can devour a grape by chewing it, but when you burn something up, you're also devouring it. So a lot of people are going to be devoured, okay? Burnt up. Go ahead.
And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then.
Let the multitude perish then. That's pretty much saying, man, to hell with them. Let them die. And you still got Jake. After coming to this truth and you see the wickedness of our people and how they don't want to get it, they still trying to play patty cake with Jake, man. Jake got to go. 2/3 got to get the hell out of here, man. They got to go. And when I say Jake, I ain't just speaking of Southern Kingdom. I'm speaking of all Israel. Everybody that come from Jacob, man. Go ahead.
Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for the great labor.
Do you understand what that's saying? I don't give a damn if you're the biggest celebrity. In the eyes of the Lord, He created you in vain, man. Your life don't fucking matter.
Wake them up.
Okay? If you ain't of the elect, the Most High is going to destroy you, man. That's the time we coming to. This ain't the time to be, oh, I need to be, trying to get back on my dreams, man. I need to get a little more focused on trying to get my 401k. And if that's how you feel, man, okay, you in the wrong mentality, and the Lord going to leave you behind if you don't repent, man. This world is over with. And you still got people holding on to this society. They don't see Babylon. She's still bleeding out, man. The bitch crying in tears, and you still thinking she gonna survive, man. She out of here. Okay, go ahead. We'll let that pass.
They don't get it. They don't understand the truth. I'm saying that every day. I feel like all we do is just wake up and say, hope you get chewed and fucked up. Bitch. That's well, I know it is. I know it is.
The wrath of the Lord, man, His Spirit is on us. So the things that we say is the Lord speaking to us. You gotta imagine. The scriptures tell you He's angry with the wicked every day. So although the Lord, man, He run everything. He in control of everything. But at this point in time, He angry, man. He's not smiling down on this earth right now. He's pissed the hell off, man. Even when He thinks about His elect, He's still looking at us with anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if it wasn't for you, I would shot and kill you too, man. But because of my word, because of that mercy, okay, I'm not going to do that. So I set aside you guys, man, because really I'm mad at everybody on earth, man. All you guys need to go, but I'm going to set aside an elect. Go ahead.
Let the multitude perish then.
Fuck them. Fuck them. Let them die. Go ahead.
Which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept.
Let the elect be kept safe. Go ahead.
And my plant, for with great labor I have made it perfect.
And that's why you can't tell, man. That's part of that labor. This is a difficult process, man. We're gold being purified. We're in a hot-ass fucking furnace. Excuse my French. I'm sorry if you're offended by that. You know, but if that's enough to make you run off, then run along. But we're in a hot furnace right now. The fact that we're out here laboring, we're watering our people. The Lord is working through us. He's laboring, waking our people up. So the fact that we read, we research, we come out here and we do this, that's all a part of the Lord's labor and getting his elect right. So when the destruction comes, they can be delivered up out of it just to fulfill his will.
Right.
Just to show you why wickedness ain't no good. That's really what this is about. All of this was for a lesson, Lord? Like, yeah, all of that was for a lesson. The reason why I kept bringing you back and this and that and all this was happening, I just had to tell you a lesson. Okay? Go ahead. Second, let's hit 2nd Ezra 7 and 66.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 66. And that he is of great mercy, for he multiplieth more and more mercies to them that are present and that are past, and also to them which are to come.
Keep going. Oh, that goes into reincarnation right there. Okay? The present, the past, and those which are to come. We're in the present, we were in the past, and in the future world to come, we're still going to be here, man. We're going to be in different bodies.
Wake them up.
Go ahead.
For if he shall not multiply his mercies, the world would not continue with them that inherit therein.
So if there wasn't an elect, there'd be nobody. The Lord would just say, you know what, I'm going to just kill everybody. But he set aside the elect of his nation to not be destroyed. Some of them may be martyred. Even some women are going to be strong enough and have the spirit on them to be martyred. Get guillotined, man, because they're not going to take the chip. But that doesn't take away their seat on them chariots, man. They're going to be the first on them chariots. So even if some of us have to go, ultimately, you can't kill us, man. You can't kill energy. Okay? Go ahead.
For if he shall not multiply his mercies, the world would not continue with them that inherit therein. And he pardoned it. For if he did not so of his goodness, that they which have committed iniquities might be eased of them.
So even if the Lord was like, you know what, I'm not going to exercise my mercy. Typically, the elect, hey, we sin too. I can count you just as wicked as everybody else and destroy you too. But because of my mercy, okay, through my son who I'm going to send, that's my way of showing my mercy. And then you got to understand the type of man you're dealing with. You send a son to catch all that hell for us. Which shows we have to be his sons. Because no man is going to sacrifice his son over a bastard child. He'll sacrifice his son for another son. He sacrificed his son for his people, man. But he's still currently angry with us, but he's still going to exercise his mercy by setting aside that cluster, or that grape that was on that cluster, the elect, to not be judged like everybody else is going to catch him here in these last days. Some people think we're in Jacob's trouble now. You have no idea. You have no idea, man. Because, yeah, we went through slavery. Police is gunning people down, and you might say, see, we're in Jacob's trouble already. No, we're not. Because the scriptures tell you it's going to be a time like never before, man. We didn't have killer robots during the time of slavery, man. You didn't have crematory convoys, which are basically big-ass trucks where they could just throw your body in the back and your body just turn to dust, man. It just melts you, man. Okay? See a dead body, throw the body back there, burn the body up, take a live body, throw it back there, burn the body up. You're going to see just different weird vehicles patrolling areas you've never seen. This wasn't happening back in slavery, man. This wasn't happening back in World War II, World War III, what you gonna see, or World War I and World War II, what you gonna see in World War III. Just as the brutality that we face in the old world, it's not going to be nothing compared to the brutality that Esau is going to bring in this up and coming, this final go around to try to get rid of the Israelites. That's what it's about, man. Because he's angry, and he knows we come in many different faces, many different forms. So in their eyes, let's just take out as many people as we can. Okay, go ahead.
And he pardoned it, for if he did not so of his goodness, that they which have committed iniquities might be eased of them, the 10,000 part of men should not remain living.
And that's going into the elect, man. But thank goodness there is an elect. Go ahead.
And being judged if he should not forgive them that curd with his word, and put out the multitude of contentions, there should be very few left to preventure an innumerable multitude.
What verse you want now?
That's the English.
Let's hit up Micah 7 and 18. So when you think of the Lord's grace, you can't think of it as you can abuse them, you can get over on them, man. The Lord's grace is pretty much him humbling down and saying, look, as much as I want to do such and such to you, I really want to like jack you up, I'm going to hold back on you because I predestined you from the very beginning to be special unto me, although when it comes to the sins that you committed, you're guilty just like the rest of the nation. But I created you different at the same time. I made you special to where there's things about you that are different than other people within my nation that I created. That's just how I formed you. Okay, but you're still going to get chastised. Go ahead.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 18. Who is a God like unto thee that pardoneth iniquity, and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage?
So he passes by the transgression of the elect. Yeah, we sin too, just like everyone else. And a lot of people, they hold us for the old person that we used to be, to where they try to impose their beliefs of you on other people. He can't be a man of God. He used to do this. He used to do that. So they don't understand though. If you're the elect, and what the elect would be doing is what we're doing. If you're of the elect, well, some of the elect, not all the elected prophets, okay? But if you're of the elect, you've been set up from the beginning, the very beginning. Although you're going to sin and you're going to go off, the Most High put a special spirit in you that you're going to repent and turn back and do the best you can and serve him. Believe him, call on the names, okay? And then at the end of it all, after all the incarnations, the lives you done came and died, at the very end of it all, he going to come and deliver you on a chariot, bring you into the next realm, the everlasting kingdom, serve immortality, and it was just all for his will.
That's
all
right.
for a lesson. You're gonna be like, dang, you went that deep just to show us a lesson. That's the power we're dealing with, man. Go ahead.
Who is a God like unto thee that pardoneth iniquity?
Who is a God like the Most High who will pardon the iniquity of the elect? Because everybody else is trying to hold us accountable for our sins. Oh, you did this, you did that. You was a womanizer. Well, if you look at the scriptures, you will call many of the men of the Lord womanizers, because you don't understand how the Lord created us. Okay? But this world made you believe an effeminate man is a real man. And then a real man, oh, he's abusive, he's a tyrant because he speaks with authority. Okay? That's what this world did. The elect have a different spirit on them. When they come to this truth, that old man is going to be removed off of them, man. They're going to have a different way of life in terms of how they think, how they act, what they eat. Okay? That's the elect. And thank goodness for the Lord's mercy, because all of us deserve death. Every last one of us. Go ahead.
And passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage.
So then you would say, well, didn't Yahweh Shai die for all of Israel? Yeah, in a sense he did. But really, no, he died for all the elect. And through the elect, the rest of the Israelites will come back.
That's right.
Matter of fact, let's touch on Matthew 26 and 28. Because, yeah, he did ultimately die for all Israel, but to be more deep, he died for the elect of the nation of Israel. Not everybody in Israel.
You said 26 and 28?
Yeah.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 28. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many.
Shed for many. He could have shed for all. He didn't shed his blood for all Israel the first go around. Although through the elect, all Israel are going to be joined, they're going to be added on, yes. But really, for real, Yahushua only went to that cross for the elect, man, woman, and child of the nation of Israel. Period. Okay? Now, it's through that the rest of the kingdom are going to come back. Okay? So that's how deep it is. He didn't die for all people. Really, he died for the elect, and that's a mystery that people try to hold back, because when you realize there's an elect, you understand it's not about loving everybody. When you realize that there's an elect, you realize there's no need to waste your time to get some knucklehead to understand. If they don't get it, if they're not going to, they're not going to, man. Okay, I don't care if you wrote a book. I don't care if you say, man, I'll give you $200, man, if you just give me 5 minutes of your time. Hey, they still ain't going to want to care, man, if they're not the elect, all right? Go ahead.
For this is my blood of the New Testament. Slaki. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many, for the remission of sins. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day I drink it new.
Man, Yahushua is a real one. This is what he's saying. Look, I'm not going to drink until my brothers is with me, man.
That's right.
Yahushua love to drink. They called him an alcohol or a wino, a wine bibber. And that's how I am, man. I love wine. There's something about the taste of wine. You know, I don't get all messed up and irresponsible, but I'm a wine drinker, man, especially red wine, man. I love it, right? But he said, man, look, I ain't about to drink nothing until I'm with my brothers again. Ain't no Edomite gonna say that. Ain't no so-called Chinese man, a Moabite, gonna say that, man. That's straight up Jacob, man. Straight up Jacob. And with my brothers, if we ain't rocking this joint together, ain't none of us rocking the joint, man. If my brothers can't get in VIP, ain't none of us gonna be in VIP. That's how Jake moved. Real ones though. So quote unquote in today's term, Yahushua is no need or deep as a nigga. But an average nigga would have to say Yahushua was a real nigga. Because he looks out for his men.
That's right.
He looks out for his brothers, man.
That's right.
And he just said right there, man, I ain't drinking again till I'm with my brothers, man, the elect. Then I'm going to get drunk. We're going to have a ball, man. We're going to party. Okay? He's holding back on that right now, man. He wants his brothers with him, man. Okay? Go ahead.
But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom.
Right, that's going to be some good wine, man. This wine might be 2,000 years old, man. Yahushua might have preserved some wine. He might have just made it brand new. Used spiritual power, made the wine 2,000 years old, just to further the process. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to imagine 144,000 men going to be drinking wine. You got to have wealth just to do that, man. A brother can barely get a few bottles of wine sometimes, man.
That's right.
So all the brothers gonna be kicking back, enjoying that time with Yahushua. Only a weirdo would say, I don't drink. Man, if Yahushua asks to tilt cups with you, man, and you say I don't drink, you need to be slapped. Because you got me bent. Yeah, you need to go, man. You in the wrong spirit, bro. Go ahead.
But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom.
Let's get a couple more, man. Let's get 2 Corinthians 6 and 1. might just end it there, for real. Because I want to bring out shit probably like all the way to 7, maybe 10. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 1. We then as workers together with him beseech you also that ye receive not the grace of Yahweh in vain.
So, we're working together, man. What we're doing is work. What we're doing is not in vain. People don't gotta listen, man. This isn't about a numbers game. We're not dealing with Esau here. We're dealing with a righteous power, man. We're dealing with someone who controls everything.
That's right.
He's making people not listen. Just like he could easily make people come up here right now, throw money at us like we're strippers, man. He could do that right now. But he set it up this way. Okay? At the end of the day, it's just about obedience. You're going to do what I asked you or you're not going to do it. That's it, man. Go ahead.
We then as workers together with him beseech you also that ye receive not the grace of Yahweh in vain. For he said, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I succored.
Damn, we're in a time of being accepted back. There was a time in slavery. You might be praying, oh Lord, please. He ain't listening to you, man. You just right there in chains, man. Your life just being tormented in front of you. Your children, everybody that you love suffering, man. And you trying to pray to the Most High, and you wasn't accepted at that time, man. There's an old rumor that none of the elect were in slavery who were in the spirit world, man. That's not in the scriptures, man. Okay? There was a time, even the elect, we were catching brutal hell, man. We might be, different than everyone else. We might have had that faith in the sense of praying to a Most High. But there was a time where the Most High just really wasn't rocking with us, man. He's rocking with us again. Read that again.
For he said, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I supported thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold.
Ooh, we're in a time now, man. Now we're in a time where the Lord's actually like, okay, I'm listening to you again like in the days of old. You know what that means, man? With that comes great power. The Lord is listening again. There was a time where the Lord, he was just pretty much blocking us out, man. Even his elect at one time didn't have that connection that they did right now for a set time because we lost ourselves, man. We became like the heathen. And now the Lord is saying, look, I'm calling you back. I'm giving you all that knowledge back. I'm linking back up with you again, man. Okay? Go ahead.
I have succored thee. Behold, now is the time. Now, I have succored thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed, but in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of Yahweh, in much patience, in much afflictions, in much necessities, in much distresses, in stripes, imprisonments, tumults, and labors, and watches, and fastings.
Hold on now. These are all things you got to do in this truth. See, this ain't all a cakewalk. This brother's reading things that we actually got to go through, man. There's brothers who may even have to be arrested for this truth. And brothers have went to jail for this, man. And going back to, this is how petty Esau is. Going back to 9/11 when that had happened, I was in middle school. I was in ISS. But our teachers, they were in the truth at that time. Esau actually arrested those men as if they had something to do with those towers falling because they were out teaching the Bible, man. So the day is going to come where certain brothers, they're going to try to lock you up or lock you up and try to label you as terrorist or a threat, man. But at the same time, in this day and age, you can be labeled a terrorist or a threat over things that are unknown. You didn't even know that would even make you a terrorist. Go ahead.
By pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, by kindness.
Long suffering, man. So when you catch an L, yeah, you might have those moments where it's just like, man, I'm tired of this shit. You gotta suffer, man. Long suffering. Because it feels like, man, this shit don't end. So brothers who came in at the time they came in, and this time, consider yourself blessed, man. And even brothers who came in within the past 10 years be blessed. Because our teachers, you know what I'm saying, 25, 30 plus years, man, of catching this hell, hey, man, that just shows you the Lord got to be with you. Because this truth can drive you crazy, man. It can drive you nuts, you know, if you allow it to. And what I mean by that, you'll realize how wicked this world is, man, and how much you just can't stand being here. And then you realize, damn, I was in this the whole time. But now I'm bothered being in this shit. Because now you realize you've been in this cesspool this whole time, just marinating, man. Just sitting in shit. Then you realize, damn, I'm sitting in shit. I got to get out of here, man. But your whole life, you was cool with it until you came to the truth. Because you're a different person. Go ahead.
By long suffering, by kindness, by the Holy Ghost, by love unfeigned, by the word of truth, by the power of your house, by the armor of righteousness, man, on the right hand and on the left.
Man, and you know what? He controls both sides, man. He controls the right hand angels and the left hand angels. There ain't no war in the heavens right now where you got evil angels plotting on how we gonna take down Yahweh. This is what we're gonna do. See, they're gonna go over here. It don't work like that, man. He controls both sides. All right? And guess what? In the kingdom, we're gonna have the ability to give orders to angels, man. Right and left hand.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
By honor and dishonor, by evil report.
And sometimes people are going to speak evil of you because you believe in the Heavenly Father and His Son. You're going to be looked at as weird, man. But then you're going to have those who look up to you and honor what you're doing. Okay? It goes both ways. It's not always about being rejected by everybody, but most people, they're not going to really be in that seat of deliverance, though. Go ahead.
By honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true.
And sometimes you got to be deceptive but yet true, man. You got to move a certain way. This ain't about telling everybody what you do, man. Some of you brothers, man, you moving kind of stupid, man.
That's right.
You got to be more wise. You letting people know your whereabouts, what you do in this truth, man. And don't be surprised if Esau uses these same people. When that time comes, pay them off to come get you, man. You thinking everything's all good. Esau ready to hem you up, man. And he used that person that you gave all this information to. Oh, yeah, I teach, you know, yeah, my name's Tyrone. I teach every Sunday. Yeah, the white man's a devil. You just met this bride yesterday, man. Okay? You got some stupid niggas, man. Brothers in the truth even have that nigga mentality sometimes, man. Like you got to be smart. Go ahead. Deceivers, but yet true. You got to learn how to be deceptive without being a liar, man. Go ahead.
As unknown and yet well known.
So we're unknown but yet well known. Everybody's heard of the Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay? Esau messing with brothers' views. A brother might have 1,000 views. Esau will only show you get 1,000 views or 100 views. A brother might really get 200 views. Esau showing you only getting 15 views. Esau messing with brothers' numbers and things like that. So it might not seem like brothers is really getting out, but people know about us. We're the known unknowns, man. People know about us, but it might not feel that way. Like if you were someone on a level of a celebrity of this world, people will snap pictures and take photos. But we're actually known and we're actually famous, but the Lord's gonna really show it in these last days, man. People are gonna actually like start bugging out when they realize, dang, you a prophet of God, what?
That's right.
Most High is gonna put that spirit back in the earth. He actually removed that spirit and he put that the spirit of folly on the earth to make these celebrities the guys right now. The Lord did that. But he's going to move things back in his order, man. Go ahead.
As unknown and yet well known.
Yep.
As dying and behold we live. As chastened and not killed.
Chastened but not killed, man. You might be catching hell. You might feel like, damn, it's better off if I wasn't here. You know, but somehow, some way, the Most High will work with you. He gets you through it and then you stronger. It don't ever feel good to go through afflictions.
That's right.
It's not supposed to. But brothers say, oh, this feels good. Yeah, Lord, keep afflicting me. He's a psycho, man. That's weird. It don't feel good to be afflicted. That's just a part of the battle that we are in. We are warriors. But we're warriors in a different fighting style. This isn't a physical fighting style, man. It's mental. And your biggest opponent starts with yourself, man. Go ahead.
As sorrowful, yet always rejoicing.
Man, your woman might be getting on your nerves. You gotta go clock in at work. All this hell you catching, but then you're rejoicing like, man, are we Israelites? I'm so grateful. I want to pray to you.
That's right.
I'm grateful the kingdom of heaven for me. I got immortality to look forward to. I'm so grateful to be in this truth. But then it's balanced by the hell you catch, man. Okay? It's honey, but it's also bitter. Okay?
As sorrowful, yet always rejoicing. As poor, yet making many rich. As having nothing, and yet possessing all things.
And that's real, man. And brothers may not have a lot, but you better believe the whole universe is in your hands right now, man. It's like a child, when they get a certain age, they're promised a certain inheritance. Now, before that age comes, before they get that inheritance, they just normal Joe, man. They're trying to, man, when am I going to get this inheritance? I'm tired of waiting. You got to wait till you're 27. Here it is, you're only 8. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be only 12 or 15. Or the inheritance might come later down the line. You might have to wait till you're 40. But at the end of the day, somewhere in time, you're going to receive this inheritance, but it's killing you.
That's right.
That you don't have it. Because you're living this normal life, and typically you shouldn't even be living like this, because all it will take is for you to have that inheritance. All it will take is for the Lord to exalt us and get us out of this dunghill for us to be good. But we got to wait. And it's the waiting that hurts. When you're in the world, back in our wickedness, when you're young and you're in the world and you know Christmas is the next day, you might have it to where you can't even sleep. Or hell, you might know, okay, Christmas is in a week. All of a sudden the days are going slower. I can't wait. I hope my mom and my dad, I hope I got that brand new Super Nintendo. I hope I got that new Sega, whatever, back in our day. Yeah. You might be excited for it. Now it just seems like time ain't going fast enough. Well, the reason why we catching hell and it feels bitter a lot of times is because we're excited, man. We're looking forward to these things.
Hey.
And that's what makes it
That's
difficult.
right.
Okay? Go ahead.
As sorrowful, yet always rejoicing. As poor, yet making many rich. As having nothing, and yet possessing all things.
And see, looks are deceiving. We might not be in a big old mansion and all that, but believe me, we're the richest people on this earth, man. We're the richest people in the universe. Okay? What verse you on, brother?
That is verse 10.
And we're going to close it out right there. So, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Warakakadash, Shalom. Until next time.